Well, very often, for me at least, when I hear a gospel reading, the first place that I will go will be the cost of discipleship and how we are called to take up that cross and to follow Jesus. But in my prayer reflection on the readings this week, God has really kind of led me in a different direction. And it really is leading to the sense of hospitality, the sense of how we reach out to one another, how we care for one another. We begin our liturgy of the Word today with the reading from the second book of Kings, and the prophet Elisha. Elisha was kind of the understudy of the great prophet Elijah. And Elisha came to this town of Shunem, and there was a woman of influence who welcomed Elisha the prophet, invited him to dine with her and her family. That would have been enough. Just a very simple gesture of hospitality and welcome. But she went above and beyond, talking to her husband, creating a place, a little room up on the roof, furnished it with bed, table, chair, and lamp, so that Elisha would have a place to stay whenever he came. And as a result, she found favor with God. She would be with child as a result of her great hospitality, of her generosity. We come to the gospel then, and we hear this really concludes a whole journey that we've had on discipleship and on the call of discipleship over the last few weeks, going deeper with that understanding of what a disciple is and what a disciple is all about. And Jesus begins then by saying, the cost of discipleship. Really seeking that Christ is at the heart of everything that we do and everything that we are. Whoever loves father or mother more than me, whoever loves son or daughter more than me, whoever does not take up his cross and follow after me, none of those folks are worthy of him. It really is that call. Yes, we need to take up that cross, but it's that call to ensure, to say that Christ is truly the center, the heart of our lives, and the heart of everything that we do, that nothing is more important than Christ. And of course, in these days, as we have and continue to journey with COVID-19, and as a nation we experience all of the challenges and struggles that presents, and even as a church, it still begs and leads to this necessary question. Is Christ truly the center and the heart of everything that I do in my life? Are my decisions, are my actions, is every part of my life truly rooted and grounded and in such a way that Christ is at the heart? And people truly see and know Christ is the heart of my life. I know there's been many blessings in these days in the midst of the challenges. And one of those blessings, I think, for many of us has been a time to grow in prayer, a time to deepen this relationship with Christ. But even as things start to open up, we can't lose that focus that Christ is at the heart of everything that we are. Christ is the very center of our lives. And out of that comes this sense of hospitality. Whoever receives you receives me. Whoever receives me receives God the Father, the one who sent me, and so forth. It's this sense of how then do we welcome one another. Many months ago when I was in the seminary, I started out at Conception Seminary College and really discovered a great love for St. Benedict and for the rule of St. Benedict. One of the charisms of Benedictines is the charism of hospitality. And St. Benedict taught his monks to welcome the stranger at the door, because you never know, that might be Christ knocking at the door. I've always tried to live by that principle and try to, even in the hardest of times, see Christ in the other person. And hopefully to be able to welcome the person as Christ. To show truly that hospitality, like the woman in Shunem, that went above and beyond just the basic necessities. So it begs the question, then, how well are we living this out? Is Christ truly the heart, the center of my life? And from that, how is this getting lived out, especially in the world that we live in now? Just look around us. How well do we welcome those who now are 6 feet from us and wearing a face mask? It doesn't mean that we just keep distance and we don't welcome. It doesn't mean that we're not showing Christian, Christ-like love and care for our neighbor. Did you notice the people around you this morning? Is there a sense of hospitality and welcome? As we began opening the church up to the point that we're at now, one of the central premises that was our guiding force was that gift of hospitality. Then we knew that with having to do reservations, with face masks, and the seating arrangements, that this would feel different. But we wanted to make sure that everybody that comes through these doors feels welcome and knows that this is home. And so we've tried to, with our hospitality, to greet you, to welcome you, to call you by name, to lead you to your seat, and not to say, okay, you're over in E, that's that last section over there, look for pew number 8, and have a seat. Oh wait, I don't know that there's 8 pews over there. We tried to really model that sense of hospitality. So how does that work for us then? Think about, how do we, in the world that we're in right now, how do we show that hospitality? That's just right here. What about the world around us? I know, and I pick on Walmart often, I think, in homilies, but that can be a great frustration for many of us. I know one of my challenges is going in the parking lot, and all of the cars are going in one direction, and I'm going the right direction, and a car is going the wrong direction. It's a great frustration, and it's like, what are you thinking? Look, don't you know. I have a response, I have a choice to make at that point. I can give them a nasty look, I can raise my hands and like, what are you doing? Or maybe that gesture of hospitality, I'm not going to roll the window down and say, hey, by the way, just do that loving thing, because they're probably not going to stop. But I can pray. I can lift them up to God and I can pray for them. What about being in Walmart? You've got all the arrows now pointing which direction you can go in the aisle. And you're going down the aisle following the rules, and somebody is coming at you not following the rules. Or there's a big traffic jam in the middle of an aisle, and you're forced to do something. You can get frustrated. You can get angry. Or you can really practice hospitality, patience. What is the loving gesture that we do at that time? Think about those in our world who still are sheltering at home. Think of those who are isolated. This is a very personal one for me, with, say, for example, the people at Legacy. Think about those folks, and how do we show Christian love and care and hospitality to those who physically cannot be with us, who maybe just don't feel comfortable being here with us yet. How do we reach out and care for others? How do we show that love and mercy and care for just people in our lives every day? You know, here at St. Matthew's, we are blessed with the gift of our windows and being surrounded with the corporal and spiritual works of mercy. I love coming in and just looking at the windows and just contemplating my response to each of these works of mercy. How well am I living these out? Because all of these are acts of hospitality. Think of the woman of Shunem. She gave shelter. She probably, if Elisha needed clothing, she would have seen that he had the clothing that he needed. She gave food, she gave drink. She was fulfilling works of mercy to Elisha the prophet. These become, in a sense, our marching orders of how we then live out our faith, how we share Christ-like love with one another. How are we doing at this point? It's easy to get caught up and caught behind face masks and social distancing and just the many challenges that our world presents at this point in time. But none of that changes our central mission to have Christ at the heart of who we are. And as his disciples, then to show this love, to show this mercy, to show this hospitality to one another.